Thanks for watching AM Northwest. Our next guest is a nationally recognized artist who says anyone can learn to draw, and her latest book looks to nature for inspiration. We welcome the author of Peggy Dean's Guide to Nature Drawing and Watercolor. Peggy Dean, good to see you.
It's so great to be here.
And you have an incredible book. I love it, and it seems like we could really learn to draw anything in nature. I'm not good at drawing nature, to be honest with you. And I love these pens, and you have your own brand of pens.
I do, by the pigeon letters.
You're a little bit of an overachiever, aren't you?
Slightly.
Okay.
Slightly.
You have some ideas, though, for everyone.
I do. Well, I think that everybody can draw, and, you know, the book actually begins with I can't draw. And that's my message, is that I can't draw. So if I can draw, then everybody can draw.
Because you just started this 3 years ago. Is that right?
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's just basically revisioning things that you're seeing, you know, seeing things in shapes and lines rather than 3D objects.
Okay.
And so when you look at it that way, suddenly everything is flattened. And so if you learn the basics beforehand, then you can look at anything, especially nature, and nature begs for imperfection.
Oh, okay.
So
all right, let's do it.
Embracing that.
I like it.
So we're going to do something very, very basic.
Okay.
So basic that anybody can do it, and it's going to look doodly at first, but then we are going to change it up a little so you can see how it can evolve. So the first thing is C curves and S curves.
C curves and S curves.
So if you do a C curve, it looks like this. It's just an
You want me to
arch.
draw along with you?
Yeah, if you want, or you don't have to.
All right. C curves.
And then an S curve is just like an S, like so. And so exaggerating these while we're drawing makes things really easy. For example, if you're doing a leaf, then you can C curve it.
Oh, sure.
Easy. You can S curve it, where it comes out and back into the tip, out and back into the tip. And then you have a different shape. The neat thing about doing things like this, where you can just alter it oh so slightly, is yes, you can put a line straight down the middle. But let's say you want to put some movement in here, and then suddenly if you just put it off to the side,
oh, look at that.
You've got an angle.
Right.
So you've just completely shifted it. So if you're doing this on this, you know, say there's a stem, and then you draw one coming off of the stem in an S curve, and then an S curve below, then you've got an angle there. And then if you put its center line toward the top there, totally on an angle.
Oh, yes.
See how that works?
Yeah.
So easy. So
I like that.
Yeah, and then from there, you can stretch it, and with different lengths or different tops, you know, like there are leaves that will come out and circle around like that, and all I've done is a C curve into a C curve into a C curve.
Oh, sure.
So leaves can look like that too.
Oh, right. Oh, I see what you did.
So you're rounding it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So they can look like that, and then you base this shape, make it skinnier, make it fatter. You know, when it's fatter, it's facing toward you. When it's skinnier, it's facing kind of on its side a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So that's just a very easy way, and then from there, you can extend it or shorten it. So if I have a stem that's like this, but then suddenly I make it a lot longer, it will look like it's starting to dance, and it's almost like this branch that comes off in the flowy wind.
Oh, wow.
And these are just S curves.
Okay. Yeah.
This is easy for you. You're an artist.
Well, but this is fun. It's a strange way to rethink how to do something, too.
But it's so simple.
Yeah.
And so I can bring this up into an S curve.
And I love the way,
into an S curve, but see how and then you can start to overlap them. So if I'm having this come through, I'm dragging up to here, skipping this part, and just dragging through, and then hovering over to assume that it's there, because the last thing you want to do is start here and then suddenly skip over here, because that doesn't make any sense, but you're getting the idea, and then you are suddenly having this nice flowing branch.
Yeah. Okay, like that. And then another.
You can add centers where you want to and where you don't want to. It's nice because when you do real skinny.
Looks so great.
Oh, gosh, thank you. When you do it real skinny, you don't have to add a line because it assumes that it's on its side.
Sure.
So when you look at, let's say we have a branch in front of us, and you see that some things are flat and some things are on their side, suddenly you're seeing, okay, this is skinnier and this is wider.
Sure.
Instead of seeing, oh, this is angled away, oh, this is facing me. You see it differently.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing goes for petals and flowers and things like that. So if I have a petal and it's coming up like this in a C curve, and it's coming down in an S curve, and then round it out. Yeah. You can put folds in the flowers.
Sure.
I don't know why I'm doing that, because they actually are folds. I like to
Sometimes we just do that.
I like to inappropriately air quote.
Flowers?
You know, we're going to draw some flowers. I mean, yeah, it's fine. So what's going to happen is it's going to go with the flow. So rather than having, you know, a petal like this, I'm going to write, no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's going to very softly release and then reconnect.
Oh,
and then you've got that fold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, so if you have a full flower of a bunch of petals, you can do it that way.
You can see that. Yeah.
One other quick trick for petals is if you set your pen down and then you flick it, see how it's dark and then it's getting lighter toward the top. Okay, so you can do this in petals, but with the direction of the outer part of the petal. And then just do different lengths. And then you're adding some movement and some texture.
Yeah.
Right?
I love that. That's great.
Isn't that fun?
Yes. How fun is that? I just still can't believe you just started this 3 years ago.
I know. Well, I actually started brush lettering. And from there, I was like, oh, I want to enhance this and make it pretty.
Right.
And so I started to literally doodle. Wow. And I loved it, because the more you layer and layer and layer, it starts looking really intricate, and you would never know it.
Peggy, great stuff. The book is called Nature Drawing and Watercolor. Peggy Dean, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That was a blast.